Doot. Okay, let's give this a shot. Oh my goodness. I hope people can hear me and I am not just streaming into a magical void. And oh my god. Okay. I'm trying to figure this out to make it look good. Doot. I'm, as you can probably tell, I am new to OBS and I'm figuring things out. So hopefully the window is nice and big. This is all good. Please message in the chat if everything looks decent. And we're probably gonna get started shortly. Hope my mic and everything is going well. And let me know about the music. I'll probably say this again because probably nobody is hearing me right now. But that's... Oh, I'm coming through a bit quiet. Okay, I'm going to boost up my mic. Toot. Is this better? Let's see. Can people hear me better now? I was talking weirdly quiet. Yes, awesome. Hopefully this is good. Hopefully people can hear me. I'm getting confirmation. It is time to get started. So this is Aviary Attorney. It's very much in the vein of like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's clearly a take on that, except with birds and animals and set in France in the 1800s, which is great. I remember getting this game a long time back and never really completing it, so we're going to give this a shot. Oh, give me 1 sec. Because they moved it to 6. I should have crossed it off, my bad. It's 1. It's not. It's next week. So you said it's at 6. It's fine. I took care of it. 4. Because you have a session at 7. No, I don't. Sorry, Dad. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Let's get started. Okay. I kind of want to wait because the intro is really good, but I guess people can watch it later and then they'll be like, what did I miss? Oh no. Let's do this. The Chateau Crinière of Baron Roguy. Oh god, that frog is dead. Probably. Is that Monsieur Granouille? Oh mon dieu. Oh, that's really loud. Dame Cataline, what have you done? Act 1, A Cat with Claws. I'm going to adjust my audio a bit. Hopefully it doesn't go too low. But there we go. Sparrowson, it's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Excellent. Well. Look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they say about the early bird, falcon? Too early for worms. Best the Cabernet Sauvignon. There'll be time for that later. We've got business to handle first. Business? A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. It's Probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. All right. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing you today because my daughter, Dame Catoline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at La Conciergerie prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. Very efficient bureaucracy in France. I would be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Seigneur Portoir Demi-Meow of the Demi-Meow estate. I love how everyone's name is definitely a pun. Well, this is quite something. Yeah? I know! Your first serious client in months. Not just that, the Demi-Meow estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Catoline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. Good to know this guy is all about, justice. Wow, so I suppose you intend on defending Dame Catoline in court? Oh, I get to choose. No. I mean, okay, I'm probably gonna play it straight and not be silly. I really want to know what happens if I say no. Going for the enjoyment and see what happens. I think not, Sparrowson. The fate of a fat cat bourgeois is none of my concern. Past the Cabernet Sauvignon already. Yes, Falcon, man of the people, not going to help some fat cat bourgeois. What? With all respect, Falcon, we've been doing nothing for the past 2 weeks. Anything would be better than another day of thumb twiddling. Still. Come on. Let's be productive members of society. Excellent. No, I want to see how long this goes. I need to know. No, I've made up my mind. Okay, fine. Can we at least play some cards to pass the time? Now there's a marvelous idea, but what game? We don't really have enough players for Tap to Rock or Sego. I know. There's this game I learned at university called Jacques Noir. Jacques Noir? That sounds dubious. Yes. No, it's a real game. Let me tell you how it works. You draw cards from this deck to get as close to 21 as possible without going over. So it's blackjack, but in French. Call hit if you want another card, and stand if you don't want any more. You are aiming to get as close to 21 as possible without going over. Sounds good. Deal me. I'm just gonna do that a bit. Hope the audio's all good. Sounds good. Deal me. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're playing blackjack. This is my favorite legal simulation game. Excellent. Okay, I got a 1. Hit me. I got 10. 17. Okay, that seems good. I'm loving these cards. I win. Sweet. What do you think? Are you getting the gist of it? Yeah, I think I've got it. Yeah, I think I got a handle on it. Alright, now we can make this interesting. How do you feel about a little wager? Oh, I see where this is going. Sounds good. What do you have in mind? 1 franc per round? 2? No, I was thinking of something else. I'm intrigued. Go on. We play 1 round. If I win, you have to take on Dame Catoline's case. That sounds like quite a hefty wager. What do I get if I win? If you win, I've got it. If I win, you must. Oh, this is gonna be good. Take a vow of silence, go on a diet. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the people. I don't want him to take a vow of silence. I want him to, get some health. I'm not saying like, it's just for his health, and it wouldn't hurt, and I'm sure it's good. You must go on a diet. No chocolate, pastries, or cakes for 1 month. Okay, that sounds reasonable. Why? What could you possibly get out of me going on a diet? Absolutely nothing. It'll be immensely satisfying to watch you writhe in hunger as you munch on celery sticks and carrots. Okay. Yep. For some reason, I'm not sure if celery sticks and carrots are like staples. Yeah, no, they are staples of French cuisine. Probably makes sense. You're a cruel bird, Falcon, but we have a deal. Pass me the deck. Okay. I have 4. Hit me. 11. Okay, I think this is probably rigged. Oh no, I lose. Well, looks like I won. How about that? What? No way, you cheated. You didn't shuffle those cards properly. Let's go again. 2 out of 3. How does that American proverb go, Falcon? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yes, that is a well-known American proverb from the colonies. The colonies? Yes. This is my punishment for gambling on a made-up card game, isn't it? Fine, we'll take the case. I'm a man of my word. Excellent, my derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Seigneur Demiaux's letter first. 1 moment, Falcon. Portoir's letter has been added to your evidence folder. Yeah. You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking the suitcase symbol. I guess we're carrying around a big suitcase full of evidence. Excellent. Nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. Again, I recall you using it at the New Year's party. And at Christmas. Yes, alright, no need to make a list. Falcon has picked up his wallet. You may see how much money he is carrying at any time by clicking on the wallet symbol. Okay, I have 20 francs. And I have Portoir's letter as evidence. Perfect. Still 20 francs. No one has stolen my 20 francs. Sounds good. Let's make a move. I hope that's his catchphrase. Let's make a move. Welcome to the map stream. From here, you can travel to any listed area by clicking on a location name or a location node. Hello, Chantel. How is it going? We just started. I tried to stop the game by not taking the case, but I was defeated in a game of Jacques Noir, which is definitely not just blackjack. And now I have to take the case of a fat cat bourgeoisie. Oh no. Areas marked with a clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. Okay, so we've got a time management type deal. Okay. Sign on the door reads, the Aviary attorney offices. No case is too big or too small, no junk mail. And apparently this will take the whole day. For centuries, the infamous conciergerie prison has detained the accused and the condemned alike. Drawing more Witcher, Chantel? Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the conciergerie prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. Ah, the conciergerie. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable. The cells are spotless. The guards are well-mannered. I don't know about this. What do you want? Quark. Good day, monsieur. I am here to see Dame Catherine Demiaux. I am due to represent her in court. Ooh, dating sim. Ooh, very cool. I look forward to hearing about that / playing it, because I love dating sims. Oh, you're her lawyer, huh? Fine, fine. Follow me. Toot, 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 toot. Toot, toot. Oh, well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. I like how in prison they let her keep her fur coat and puffy thing. Sigh. Oh no, she's hot. Hot cat. My papa has forgotten about me, has he? Surprise? Dame Cataline de Miao. I like how she didn't hear the prison door opening or something. I presume. You've arrived! Fantastic lawyer! Monsieur Falcon and his petit assistant, Sparrowson. Lady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. Milady. My papa told me that he would only hire the best lawyers in town. That's us. I'm flattered. But they weren't available at such short notice, so he hired the first people in the address directory. Yes, that's what you get when you list yourself as aviary attorneys. Genius. Oh. You see, Falcon, I told you listing under aviary attorney would pay off. Let's get down to business. Yeah, straight to business. Dame Cataline, can you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I can do my best. What is it you wanted to know? Did you see anything? I'm gonna start with what happened on the night of the murder. Exactly happened on the night of the murder? Ooh, let me think. Let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Cagnières, the home of great Baron Roguy. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Grandouille and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So all through dinner they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. But after dinner, this man with a camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, man with a what took your what? Camera. It's a very new gadget. Gadget, yes. They called it a gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. Science. That's how cameras work. I always knew this. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing. It's not technology if it's a tiny bug with a tiny paintbrush, Sparrowson. It's just smart thinking. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Pshaw, let me believe. I'm sure the tiny bug is paid. Also, the 1800s France, so. Pshaw, let me believe. Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make a note of it. It's going in my evidence. Camera has been added to your evidence folder. Please continue, Dame Cataline. So after we had the photograph, I went into the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Grandouille. He was all ripped open. The housemaids saw me standing over the froggy monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon? Who was there that evening? Though I kind of already know. Dame Cataline, who attended the banquet that evening? Well, there was me and my papa. My dearest mamma couldn't make it. There was Baron Roguy, who who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid, Colleen, I think she was called. Of course, there was Mr. Granouille. Well, until you know he died. Yeah. And there was Monsieur Robertio de Robanio. I'm sure I messed that up. The man with the camera, but he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Did you see anything suspicious? Yeah, the art is amazing. It's based on an artist who they mentioned in the introduction and whose name I forget and will probably look up. It's also based on someone's music, which is the music we are hearing. Did you see anything suspicious? Dame Catherine, did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows? Or a bloodied murder weapon? Yeah, those are, I mean, maybe. Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you are looking for an easy answer. Yes, you got me. I did not see anything, I am afraid. The evening was very normal. The food was delicious. The conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident. I see. Wait! Falcon! You missed something of huge importance. I did? Dame Catherine, you said the food was delicious. But you didn't say what food it was! Oh, man. You and your damn stomach. Let me see. Oh, are we really going down this line? We had poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter. Go on. Then a marbled steak, served perfect bloody rare. Glorious, glorious. Falcon, write this down. What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case. It's going to be relevant to the case. I'm looking forward to this being relevant to the case. Write it all down, please, for me. Fine. Red herring has been added to your evidence folder. Oh man, if the red herring is not a red herring, I will be very pleased. Bloody rare steak has been added to your evidence folder. Sparrison, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery? Okay. No cutlery, even for the steak. Nope. You would think that the great baron of Chateau Carnier would have gorgeous silverware, but there was none to be seen. That is a little peculiar. Is there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon? No, I think that will be all. So what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Carnier and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down the supposed photographer, Monsieur Robertio de Robanio. I'm still messing it up. 2 days for 2 tasks? Seems doable. But we should head back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go. You do believe my story, don't you? Oh yeah. I believe in justice. Dame Catherine, I believe that a fair trial can draw the truth from any situation. I believe in justice. That's good to hear. You're not wrong, Falcon. That's not what the lady needed to hear. You might want to work on being less of a, how to put it, field to boot. If serving justice makes me a field to boot, then I'll wear that title proudly. Yes, exactly. Dame Catherine, Monsieur Granouille, Baron Ragouille. These names are getting a bit confusing, aren't they? Not particularly. Well, just for me, I'm going to start compiling a Facebook so that I can keep track of who everyone is. A what? A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalog. I think I understand. The name could use a little work, though. Sparrison has started compiling a Facebook. Oh, we got faces. J.J. Falcon, the aviary attorney himself. Sparrowson, Falcon's suave and courageous lackey. What a handsome fellow. Very true. Portoir de Miao, the wealthy father of Dame Caterline. Portoir hired us to defend Dame Caterline in court. Graoui, the froggy businessman who was found murdered at Chateau Carnier, a colleague of Portoir and Rogui. Caterline de Miao, the elegant bourgeois daughter of Seigneur Portoir de Miao. She has been accused of murdering Monsieur Graoui. Yup, daddy vibes. Yep, I think he's responsible. Yep, that's where I'm going. That's who I'm blaming. Or it could be one of these 3 mystery portraits, but I mean, that would be weird. Quark, the ill-mannered jailkeeper, seems to feel disgust for criminals and for animals in general. Oh, look at all these faces in the Facebook. So many faces in the Facebook. Need to be faced. You can access a list of people you have met at any time by clicking the book symbol. Let's make a move. Yes, that is totally his catchphrase. A new day. The game saves automatically at the start of each new day. Okay, but you can also make a quick save at any time by selecting Save and Quit from the pause menu. You can access the pause menu. Yeah. Sounds good. Okay, these are gonna take my whole day. Wow. Probably makes sense. I want to find out what happens when I go to my offices. Falcon, why are we back in your office? We have a case to solve. I was just procrastinating. Well, stop it. We need to get back to helping Dame Caterline. Alright, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's see what happens when we go to the prison. What do you want? I am J.J. Falcon, defense attorney for... I know who you are, so I come by earlier, but visiting hours are over. Come back next week? You think you can make an exception for us? Visiting hours are over. Well, we'll be quick. I said, visiting hours are over. Do your bird brains understand? Parlez-vous français? I am a Frenchman. I don't think he's going to make an exception, Falcon. You're right. Let's continue our investigation. Okay, let's go to the crime scene. Falco and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside Chateau Carnier. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. That's worrisome. Excusez-moi, messieurs. So tan. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving, see? Cough, cough. I don't suppose you happen to have some spare change. You have 20 francs in your wallet. What will you do? Oh god. Money management. Wow. On one hand, I want to help the poor and downtrodden. On the other hand, I don't know of their story? Or that sounds wrong? Oh man. Getting in some tense social dilemmas right away. I'm gonna give 1 franc. I might need the francs later. Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Many thanks to you, messieurs. That was pretty generous of you, Falcon. Times are tough. Making sure a mother and child have something to eat is the least I can do. There we go. What am I doing here, standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson. We've got a business to attend to. Falco and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Carnier. Wow, look at this place. Baron Rogui must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the Seine. Is he here right now? Yes, he's the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. but we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse. Hey, Baron, we'd like a word. Oh, Sparrowson. Yeah, I mean, I was really tempted to give them 10 francs, but I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna need francs for. Hopefully fighting the bourgeoisie. How's that? Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. Oh, yeah. Did I hear my name? Great Baron Ragui, property owner extraordinaire, at your service. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, man. And who might you fellow be? More investigators? I'm not gonna lie to this guy. Not quite. I'm a private attorney, J.J. Falcon. This is my associate, Sparrowson. Lawyers, eh? You know, you aren't the first to have passed through here today. Oh. Yes. This jumpy, twitchy fellow came by. Trust no one. Good point, Chantal. It could be shady. I don't know. I think giving them 1 franc was okay. This jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning, asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious. Hopped away. Do you know who he was, Sparrowson? Perhaps. I have a hunch. Sorry. Hunch. I have a hutch. Sorry, hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial. Oh, I think he's a rabbit. A friend of yours? Something like that. So what may I do for you, messieurs? Doing some research on Monsieur Granouille, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening. Of course, such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner. I suppose you, messieurs, will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourselves. Actually, yes, that would be fantastic. Well, be my guest. You will find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the 2nd floor, 3rd door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the, smoky, unfortunate incident. Oh, can we see the finished photograph? I'm afraid not. It is to my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It is a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time. That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you are done with your investigations. So where shall we go first? Yeah, it happened in the garden. Dame Catterlings said she found Monsieur Granouille on the stairs by the fountain, so this must be the very spot where the murder took place. Hey, Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing. The crime scene investigation thing? Yeah, you know that thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail? You mean search for evidence. Yeah, do that. It's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time that Parisian police had missed something right under their noses. Investigation mode, you are free to examine the scenery of the room. Click on an item of interest and Falcon will examine it in closer detail. When you have enough, or when you can find nothing else to examine, click on the X in the top right corner. Select an area to examine. Okay. Let's check out this giant fountain. This fountain is finely crafted. It's solid carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower basin. Shame we can't see inside the upper basin from here. That would be the perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon. That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in to take a closer look, just to be sure. Yeah, I suppose we should. Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say was, Saracen, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin. Me? No way. If you want to go wading, do it yourself. I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around a fountain like a duck in a lake. Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. You do have some sweet threads, Sparrowson. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it. Flip for it? Yep, I'll flip this 1 franc coin. You call the outcome, get it wrong, and you go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squiggles? Always plant squiggles. Always go plant squiggles. Plant squiggles. It's called a wreath, Sparrowson. Sure, I'll bet on the plant squiggles. Here I go. Come on, plant squiggles. Come on. It's heads! Should have gone with the old Emperor, Falcon. Gah, fine. Hold my shoes. Falcon really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost. Oh, look at the wet bird. The wet bird. Ah, you're back. Had a good swim. No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though. What is this? It's brown and sticky, and it smells weird. Don't tell me... Oh my god. Don't tell me you picked up a very wet cigar butt. Possibly belonging to Baron Rogui. Correct. That shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house after all. I'll stash it in the evidence folder just in case. Trombone. Cigar butt has been added to your evidence folder. Is there anything else we need to do here? Oh good. It already... It's like, you can't select the fountain anymore. That's good. So I don't get confused. Let's check out this statue. Another beautifully made horse statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yep. Eventually we realized it was just filling up on hors d'oeuvres. Like hors d'oeuvres, but it's very funny. Ugh, terrible. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into a bar, and the barkeep says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've all heard that one. What? No, the barkeep says, "You've got to stop coming here. You're drinking us under the stable." This is my kind of game. This is the best game. Yes, I'm not sure. They must ride horses? Also, these are people statues? Like, that's clearly a person, I'm pretty sure, and those are clearly people. So, I'm not sure where people come from. Like, those are animal heads, but those are pretty clearly, like, people. I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. No, I want more horse jokes. Baron Rogui certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind the horse statues, but the little cherub people... Yeah, cherub people. Yeah, I don't know where they draw the line, Chantel. It's very confusing. Little cherub people creep me out. Babies should be waddling, not attempting saddleless horseback riding. Very true, but how do you know what a human baby looks like? Oh no, you love it. You're a fan. You came in. Came in just the right time. More puns. I demand more puns. A finely crafted horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike. Would you say it behooves you to stroke it? No, I would not. Excellent. Okay. Murder scene. Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Grenouille died. Do you see any bloody footprints? Or maybe a name scrawled in blood, written with the frog's last breath? Wistful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate the body was moved or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Grenouille was attacked and killed on the staircase. Okay, I think I got everything. Oh, it's weird that my cursor keeps changing. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I got everything. I'm gonna say yes. I think we're done here. Good call. But are you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time. What a jerk. Don't push your luck. Let's go to the lounge. Oh, giraffe friend. Oh, giraffe friend. Hello, giraffe friend. Second floor. Third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. Psst. Hey Falcon, did you see that? See what? That housemaid totally just did something shifty. Shifty? I think she just pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it. Excuse me, mademoiselle. Ah, Colleen. Yes? Are you two policemen? No, we're private attorneys. My name's J.J. Felton. I'm Sparrowson. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colleen Duhat. So, what can I help you, messieurs, with today? We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? That's fine. Let me just grab a chair. Oh, perfect. Good. That's better. What was it you wanted to ask? Oh, giraffe friend. This is where looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Do you happen to know whether this is the right room? Oh yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. Let's see. The cameraman was standing just about where you're standing, actually, Mr. Falcon. And where was the camera pointed? Right at the clock outside the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location. Oh, it's going to be something with the time, I'm thinking? Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock. I know. The painting on it totally clashes with the decor. Good point, Sparrowson. I was thinking along more obvious lines. The clock has no hands. Oh, that clock has never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron Rogoi just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working. Genius. It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make a note of it. Missing clock hands have been added to your evidence folder. Evidence suitcase. We got the red herring. This is a red herring. Steak. Missing clock hands. Got the cigar butt. And we got the camera. Whew. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Is there something we should know? You were a little nervous when we came in. I thought we were police officers. Is there something we ought to know? Anything you need to confess? That's how I talk to people. I'm like, hey, anything you need to confess? No, and suppose I'm just a little nervous after all the drama of last week. Am I a jerk? I'm a jerk! Are you sure there isn't anything that you're hiding? That's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people get away with criminal acts. Right, and... Wait, what? No, that's not an accurate job description, Sparrowson. It isn't? Oh, what do we do then? I'll tell you later. Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to hide. Yes, of course we pressure them. I will have to wait for decisions. My bad. No? What? I'm confused, Chantal, but got it. I have nothing to hide. Was there something else you wanted to ask? That is all. No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help. It's no problem, messieurs. Actually, there is something. Ooh. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate that you didn't give me the third degree about it. See, I'm trying to save up to follow my dreams, and, well, never mind, I'm rambling. No problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have a much larger crime to worry about. Although, I should probably ask. I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else. Silverware, perhaps. Ah, you know about that? Yes, I suppose that was me. It started with a couple of teaspoons. I don't think the Baron would miss those. But, well, I suppose the habit got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved, at least. Missing silverware has been added to your evidence folder. I appreciate it if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind, and I would hate to break his trust that I've been stealing him blind. I see. So where to next, Big Bird? Big Bird? Me. Did you, messieurs, have a good look around? I trust everything was in order. Had a good look, thank you, Baron. But we actually have some questions for you. Please, ask away. I have nothing to hide. What happened on the night of the murder? Baron Rugui, I would like to ask you about your activities on the night of the murder. Oh ho, am I in trouble? We'll see. That remains to be seen. Does it now? I don't particularly care for your tone. Just asking questions, Baron. If you have nothing to hide, then you should be able to give a straight answer. Dun dun dun. Listen well, garçon. Oh shit, things got serious. I make more money in 10 minutes than you make in a week. I pay extortion amounts of taxes to the government so that law lackeys like you can keep your cozy jobs. I'm a private attorney, and yet you have the audacity to waltz into my own house and accuse me. I didn't go there. You have... Shit. Okay. Wow. Darn it. I should have been nicer, I guess. Yep. ... Don't say anything. Let's act with tact and finesse. Shut up. What was it you called me? A drunken warthog? I don't need this. I'm going back to the office. Well, that went poorly. It's the next day. Can I go back? Thought you wanted to meet the photographer. Come on, Falcon. Time's a waste. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well. This is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? Wait, there's a note on the door. The magnificent and marvelous Monsieur Robertino de Rubio is currently out on an artistic expedition. He shall return when his muse sees fit. When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean? It means he has a prodigious bird brain. But in any case, the artist seems to be out. What shall we do now? We should knock anyway. We should knock anyway. Alright, I don't see the harm. Knock, knock, knock. Nope, doesn't look like he's in Falcon. Yep, we're gonna break in. We should break in. What? Are you serious? Maybe? Monsieur J.J. Falcon, I have thought that a man of justice like yourself would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism. You're right, I'm sorry, I don't know what came over. It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back, I'm barging the door down. Wait, just like that? Shouldn't we discuss this first? What in bird Jesus' name was that? Does that mean there are other kinds of Jesus? Or birds mostly the ones? I don't know. This is confusing. You said you wanted to break in. Thought we could find an open window. I didn't think you would turn into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now we're here. We ought to make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very swanky. I was gonna say ostentatious. That's just swanky talk for swanky. Only birds are Christians? I do not know. I do not know. We don't have time for this. The sound of a door being smashed in could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out. I see a bourgeois tigress in profile. She paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not sure what the clear liquid in this bottle is. I could taste test it. You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit right now, so let's not. I don't know if... photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who once fell off a castle rampart while on guard duty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die? No, he got demoted. Oh, terrible. Hey, Falcon, look. What? It's just an easel. No, look at what's on the easel. Oh wow, this must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder. There's no question about it. I see a housemaid, Dame Catherine, and I think that's Seigneur Courtois, Catherine's father. So what shall we do? Do we just take this? We should take it. We've come this far, we might as well pour it. Studio photograph has been added to your evidence folder. Is there anything else we need to do here? Let's look at photographs. This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me. How illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering, rifling through a person's belongings. It's cool. For lawyers. I'm taking the Phoenix Wright take on this. It's okay. A recently passed amendment allows for proportionate amounts of property damage in the pursuit of criminal evidence. Yeah, it's cool. We're lawyers, Chantel. Lawyers do this all the time. I don't think that's correct, but your use of legal jargon makes me have faith in your credentials. Exactly. Sounds like you're starting to learn the finer points of the French justice system, Sparrowson. Selected area to examine. Chandeliers. A chandelier! You should really get one of those for the office. I don't have the money for that sort of luxury. Oh man, that's what I need francs for. 19 francs. Wonder how many francs I can is for a chandelier. See a finely dressed dandy fellow upon a horse. There you go. They do ride horses. Beautiful picture of the Paris skyline. Given the angle, this must have been taken from Notre Dame Cathedral itself. A butterfly, or maybe a moth. It's difficult to tell on black and white. What's this? A lighthouse. No wait, it's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways, it's a black smudge, Falcon. This is a picture of a fence. It's a fancy photograph. It leaves the viewer defenseless. Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns. Oh, that was good. What's this? Picture of a sailing ship on a windy day. Okay. I think that's it. I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw further attention to ourselves. Sounds good to me. Uh-oh. Oh mon dieu, what happened to my door? Yeah, I'm telling the truth. Well, Mr. Robino, it's like this. You see, we are attorneys who have been hired for the purpose of Raven. A raven did it! We saw the whole thing. Oh my god. Are ravens the suspicious birds? I don't know. What are you doing, Sparrowson? I've got this. Not going to jail because your conscience is acting up. Nobody's going to jail. Just take it easy. Oh, damn ravens. They're always after our shiny objects. Am I right? Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's right. Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast. Right, let's go. Pelican, it's the trial day. Stop messing around. We need to head to the... Oops. No. We're gonna be late. Okay. I assume that's everyone else. I'll try one more place. Pelican, it's trial day. Stop messing around. We need to... Yep. Okay. Time to do law. Falco and Sparrowson stand inside the marbled portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you nervous, Falcon? Nope. We've got this case in the bag. Look at my feathers. See? Totally unruffled. Wow. At least one of us is feeling confident. Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, is there anything you need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everyone here? J.J. Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Rupert Rabington present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn this, not it. Oh gosh, where are my notes? Oh, poor rabbit friend.
Ha, I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all my classes. Oh, was he smart? No, he always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams in the luck of his two rabbits' feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag. It's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest? I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present? Oh, look at this jury. We got an ostrich, we got a ram, we got a cool hippo, we got, is that an otter? Got a bird friend, I wish I knew my birds. We got a seal? I think that's a seal. Some more birds. Judge Corniel. Hey, Falcon. I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Are those 2 birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges. Ooh. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Catherine de Miao. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Valerty, to the witness stand. Inspector Valerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor, I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I want to be like, I'm Javert, but I don't know if that's appropriate. Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Juste Valerty. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian Killer to justice. Ooh. My path begins 18 years ago. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Sorry, this music is a little loud. I'm just going to turn the music down a bit, and that, and that, and I'm going to resume. That's better. Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with the lawful goody two-shoes. Bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then, perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival? Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Roguet. Scene of the crime, we found Dame Catherine de Miao. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Granouille with his blood on her paws. That sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. Bloody paws. Nobody told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in his testimony. Select a key phrase you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement to question. Okay, but the housemaid, scene of the crime, sliced open corpse. I'd like to ask about the corpse of Monsieur Granouille. Go on. What was the cause of death? Was Monsieur Granouille's cause of death? That was immediately obvious when I arrived on the scene. Monsieur Granouille had a gaping slash from shoulder to thigh. Blood was everywhere. Spoke with the coroner, and he was in agreement. The frog died from blood loss directly caused by the open wound. Okay. I see. I suppose there's no chance of arguing that this was an unrelated injury, huh? Do you have another question about the corpse of Mr. Granouille? Yes. Tell me about the slash. Inspector, could you describe the cut on Mr. Granouille's corpse? Certainly. It's a single vertical slash. It was a fine and deep cut. The sort you would expect to see from a sharpened saber or a surgeon's knife. Or a cat's claw? Certainly. Ah, darn. Wait. You say a saber or knife could have inflicted the wound. Isn't this a line of investigation that's worth pursuing? Don't be daft, Falcon. Do you see or hear anything about a knife or sword at the crime scene? There's nothing in the photograph, is there? Okay, yeah, no. Well, no, I didn't, but it's a possibility, is it not? Without evidence, it's a pretty unlikely possibility. Let's stick to the facts. You have another question about the corpse of Mr. Granouille? No. Okay, I think I have an idea. Inspector, you say Dame Catherine had blood on her paws. Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. Whose blood was it? Whose blood was it? Ha, what a question. It was Mr. Granouille's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There's only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Catherline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Granouille. Judge. Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Mr. Falcon. Do you have any reasons to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Granouille? I do. I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than sufficient. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Catherline's blood had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. The blood on Dame Catherline's paws didn't come from the victim. Then where did the blood come from? This steak. On the evening of the murder, Dame Catherline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Rabington? I am in the manner of speaking. I suppose steak may have been on the menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well? Wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No. Intriguing. Pretty convincing. You gained a little favor with the jury. So, Inspector Vallarti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Catherline is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is a good question, or at least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that had forced Dame Catherline to eat with her paws. The missing silverware. Take a look at this. What's this? You're saying that this went missing on the night of the murder? Well, you see, Wait, what? What? Selected the... Oh, I must have misclicked. Silverware of the household had been previously stolen. Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rogo residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rogoy approached us about this very subject last night. What a twist. Okay, hopefully that helped. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak? Misplaced silverware? Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force. It is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Hey. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine. So be it, messieurs. Until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready? Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robertito Robinio, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Mr. Robertito, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court record? As if anyone in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I I am the great Monsieur Robotito Robinho, cunning-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste to a people. You have seen my works in hit magazines La Branche or Chez Chouette. I can send you tweets if you like. What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon. It's the 19th century. Go with the times already. Yes, your works are very impressive, Mr. Robotinho. But let's get down to business. Can you tell us your activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Rogoy to capture the evening's events. Arrived at 7 in the evening, I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rogoy and left, like a true artist. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? You may ask. I brought a copy so you could all see for yourself. Very good. Let's take a closer look. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle, we see Baron Rogoy, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Seigneur Pourtoir de Miao, the father of the defendant, Dame Caterline. Finally, we see the housemaid, Colleen Duhot, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. First is the victim, Monsieur Granouille. Second is the defendant, Dame Caroline Demiao. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Rabbington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Valerti told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Oops. Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Caterline herself. Hey, Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. Looks different from the one we borrowed from Robinho's studio. I see it too. Our photograph shows Colleen Duhot, Dame Caterline, and Seigneur Pourtoir. Yeah, that's weird. But Monsieur Robinho's photograph shows Baron Rogoy where Dame Caterline should be standing. Are we actually going into photo editing? If we assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam that evidence down. Be like, bam, inconsistency. The whole courtroom is out of order. Case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If we were to present it, Mr. Robinho would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. In a worst case scenario, I could lose my legal license, and we would be arrested for theft. Oh well, we don't want that. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well. Defense may proceed. Humph, it's a waste of time if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. Why is it in black and white? Just to clarify, Monsieur Robinho, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That's correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That's most curious, because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, monsieur, the camera is a perfect unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless.
Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific.
Certainly. The clock in this photograph. There's something not right about it.
Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates his client.
Don't give me that cocky tone, Mr. Remington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. The photograph clearly shows the clock hands pointing at 7 and 6.
That much is self-evident.
Which is most curious, because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Carnier has no hands. Bum, bum, bum. It has no hands. The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Ragoy or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinho, how do you explain this discrepancy?
I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless.
There's no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world.
Maybe there was an error in the printing process?
An error precisely where the clock hands should be? Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinho, edited this photograph.
Edited?
I'm no expert, but I suspect you could use paint or ink to carefully put hands on the clock. It would have been a simple task considering the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process.
Falconing, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing?
Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph subjects of suspicion. In other words, Mr. Robinho created a perfect alibi.
Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Mr. Robinho coerced? Bribed? Threatened?
Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Mr. Robinho.
Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. Wait, what?
You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Granwy?
What?
No. No idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered by whom?
I dare not say.
Mr. Robinho, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all.
With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names.
His claws? Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Mr. Robinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancien regime, after all. Since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. Little favor with the jury. So, the clock's hands were painted on. So what? Doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Ketterling as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Mr. Remington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence.
Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events.
Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. Is it possible that Dame Cataline was painted out? Even worse, it was possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Seigneur Pourtoir du Miao, perhaps? I don't think so. Housemaid lacks a mean or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Seigneur Pourtoir to implicate his own daughter.
Well, surely you're not trying to suggest the honest and beloved Baron Ragoy deliberately tried to frame Dame Cataline? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Remington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, mayhaps I should offer my opinion. Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet. So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Incompetence? Indeed. Let us proceed with this witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good. And I trust that the defense has no objections. Oh, sorry about that, yawn. No objections here. Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Okay. Baron Ragoy, on the night of the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photograph arrived, Monsieur Garoui left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Signor Portoir, Mr. Robinho, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Garoui and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, Garçon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Ragoy, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Select a statement to be questioned. Baron Ragoy, I have a couple of questions about your housemaid, Colleen Duhot. Does she smoke? Does your housemaid smoke cigars? Well, that question came out of left field. Definitely not. Mademoiselle Duhas detests the smell of tobacco. I see. Putting together a bigger picture, are we? I think so. The pieces are slowly falling into place. I don't want to reveal she's a thief, if I don't have to. Baron Ragoy, I have some questions about Mr. Granwy. God rest his soul. What was your relation to Monsieur Granwy prior to his demise? We were business partners. Sir Granwy, Signor Portoir de Miao, and myself all owned a third share in the up-and-coming railway company. Excuse the crassness of this question, but that means that you and Signor Portoir would now own half of the company each, correct? Correct. I suppose that's a slight glimmer of benefit that arose from this foul situation. But monsieur, you must understand that Mr. Granwy and I were friends as much as we were business associates. I mourned the man's passing. Of course. You have another question about Mr. Granwy? Yes. Why did Monsieur Granwy leave to visit the garden? I believe he wanted some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I fear. Oh, I see. That is quite coincidental timing, isn't it? How so? Well, Monsieur Granwy felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness. Hold on, Falcon. Certainly you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Granwy's food was poisoned in some way. I'm not. No. It's nothing to indicate poisoning. I just found the timing somewhat puzzling. There's nothing puzzling about it. Monsieur Granwy always had a soft stomach. It's really no surprise that he couldn't keep down a good rare steak. Okay. Do. 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2
Garden? Baron, we saw the murder scene in your garden for ourselves. Oh, I want to ask what's with all the horses. If I may ask, what's with all the horses? I beg your pardon? There are all these horses and cherub statues in your garden. To be frank, we found the whole thing a little weird. The defense, please stop horsing around. This can't possibly have any relevance to the case. Nay, it doesn't. Nay, Your Honor, it doesn't. But hey, you can't bray a man for trying. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yes. Baron Rogoy, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh, and why is that? Because we have hard evidence that you visited the garden recently. Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred. A cigar butt? A cigar butt? That could belong to anybody. Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Okay, sorry, Baron. That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars. But I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. Naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the cigar was casually discarded. But as it happens, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that can only be accessed with great inconvenience and a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is you, Baron Rogoy, deliberately hid your cigar butts to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rogoy, murdered Monsieur Graoui. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder. How shamelessly brazen. That is a ridiculous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence. Think harder, Monsieur Rabbington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rogoy as the prime suspect. Want the means? The Baron Lucerne had the means. His lion claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Getting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Rubino confessed just a moment ago that he feared his claws. Look at this. I would never threaten a man with violence. And a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. That is preposterous. And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. Excuse me. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something. Object. Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leading
And at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. I mean, he could have put it in his pocket. So out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron would have hoped to implicate Signor Pourtoir de Miao, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Ketterling was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage. Judge, I demand you disbar this raving, ranting lunatic. No, there is only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois, the worst kind. How dare you, garçon, the utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. Boo. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. Credulous whelp, I ought to gut you right here and now, like a damned frog. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, Your Honor. Hey, it's Quark. Let's go, old man. The conciergerie with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in manner of speaking, well, to be honest, no. And I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time. Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Catalin's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Ketterling's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure that I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. Note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Ketterling de Miao, to be not guilty. Woo! Not guilty. Judge Maxime. Monsieur Faucon, Petit Person, you did it. Yes, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon. Oh, give me 1 sec. You did it, Falcon. I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement. I'm so proud of you both. I'll get 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least sturdy glasses. You were amazing, Monsieur Faucon. Ah, it was nothing. I very much liked the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius. Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked on unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case. Monsieur Faucon, there is no need to play coy. The case is over. Play coy? Oh, shit. Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. I'm completely lost. Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you. Oh, shit. I murdered Monsieur Grandouille. Saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand. Business? To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link. Your confession. Doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rogoy's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. Oh, shit. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest. But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robino's photograph was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Gromie in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Mr. Robino to paint me over Baron Rogoy to add hands to the clock. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by the trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. Yes, le gasp. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeois kitty like me. I've been working for the bourgeois this entire time. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. We got 30 francs. Wow. Wow. Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon? Wow. I mean, we did our job, but we were trying to find justice. Oh no. Are we the bad guys? January 7th, 1848. The Palais du Louvre. Ooh. Let us be regional, signors. I'm sure this is a simple misunderstanding. There's no misunderstanding. In the name of the king, arrest that Spaniard. A fox among wolves. I knew Falcon wouldn't feel like turning up to the office on Friday. Now it's midday on Monday, and there's still no sign of him. This is becoming a little concerning. I should go look for him. Well, go find him. His home would be a good place to start. But the bird brain never gave me his address. What? Just have to find him the hard way. No sign of Falcon here. Excuse me, Rupert. Oh, it's you, the first year dropout. Wow. Hey, I didn't drop out. I was forcibly ejected. That doesn't matter right now. I'm looking for Falcon. Have you seen him? Falcon? The guy who somehow blundered his way through the Cataline trial with the help of some very dubious evidence? No, I haven't seen him since the trial. Oh, well, thanks anyway. Don't know why I'd go here. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Duhaut. Down here. Oh, there you are. It's Sparrowson, right? That's right. Heard about the case you were involved in. I never would have thought that the Baron was a murderer. He always treated me with the utmost respect. Then I suppose it makes sense that the most ruthless killers are the ones who put up the best facade. Yeah, I suppose so. Say, how's your friend doing? He seemed a little down last night. Oh, you've seen him? Yes, he was brooding in the quarter of Le Canard Joyeux, mumbling and drinking. It was a little depressing, to be perfectly honest. Canard Joyeux, that's a dingy student bar on Rue Jaune, right? It's not dingy, just a little rustic. In any case, that's an enormous help. Thanks, mademoiselle. Anytime, Sparrowson. Excuse me, monsieur, I'm looking for my friend. Do I look like a lost and found you? Buzz off, bird brain. Alright then. What a jerk. Need a pick-me-up? Come to Madame Quanelle's Student Tavern on Rue Jaune. You're always welcome. I'm always welcome. Saracen steps through the doors of Le Canard Joyeux, the dingiest student tavern in all of Paris. His nostrils fill with the pungent aroma of sour wine and bitter tobacco. Well, ruffle my feathers if it isn't little Sparrowson. I haven't seen you in years. How are you doing, hun? Feeling pretty good, Madame Quanelle. Thanks for asking. I'm actually here to find a friend. He's a big guy named J.J. Falcon. Falcon? Yep, that sorry lunk has been here all weekend. He's just been moaning and muttering to himself all weekend. Frankly, he's bringing the whole atmosphere down. I'll take care of him. Thanks, Madame Quanelle. No problem, hon. He's probably still in the corner of the drinking room upstairs. I'm gonna go to the card room. Rufus, here to play some Jacques Noir, are you, monsieur? Not right now. I'm looking for my friend, J.J. Falcon. The big drunk fellow? I think I spotted him downstairs. Ah, thank you. Did you find your friend, huh? No, I think I took a wrong turn. No sign of him. Oh dear, I almost stepped on the big fellow. Falcon? What are you doing on the floor? Hey, Falcon, wake up. Wow, the bird's completely out cold. Must have drunk this place dry. Let's see, how do you wake a drunk person? Pour a drink on his head, yell at him. What do you do with a drunken falcon? What do you do with a drunken falcon? Something, something, something. I don't want to pour a drink on his head. I'm going to yell at him. Good morning, Falcon. Nope, nothing. Yell at him again. Good morning, Falcon. Nope, nothing. Guess it's time for a rude awakening. Wakey, wakey. They love this dripping falcon art. Oh good, you're up. Are you with us, Falcon? Yeah. Feeling sober? You should probably head back to the Aviary office so we can get some work done. I don't understand it, Sparrowson. Huh? Thought I did everything right. I followed all the procedures, found all the evidence, presented the case beautifully. Yet a guilty feline walks free while an innocent man sits in custody. What went wrong? Where's the justice? Need to try harder. I don't know, Falcon. Sometimes the system just doesn't work, I guess. It should work. Yeah, it probably should. Well, shit. Sorry, Falcon, I don't have the answers. But what I do have is freshly baked croissants from Pierre's Boulangerie. Croissants. Yep, they're waiting for you back at the Aviary. I'm sitting here, moping about justice, and you offer me croissants. Well, it's not just croissants. I got some pain au chocolat, too. I could go for pain au chocolat. I mean, who couldn't? Fantastic. Then let's make a move. Alright, I admit it, these croissants are amazing. I told you, Pierre's Boulangerie on Rue Verte is something else. It reminds me, the baker told me something interesting. Do you know what they call pain au chocolat in America? They don't call them pain au chocolat? Nope, pronunciation difficulties. American is a whole nother language. So what do they call them? Chocolate croissants. What? Hello? Hello, little friend. Hi there. Hello. Hey, chocolate croissants. What do they call profiteroles? Well, I think those are still profiteroles. But rather than custard, they fill them with ice cream and smother them in melted chocolate. Simply outstanding.
Is this the Aviary attorney? Can I speak to someone, please? What do they call crepes? Excuse me, Mousy. Did you just hear something, Sparrow? Down here. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you, little one? Oh gosh, where to start? So, scale is all out of whack. Your name, perhaps? Mousy. My name is Mousy. What can we do for you, Monsieur Mousy? I have this friend. He has fallen under some legal turbulence. Legal turbulence? You mean he's been arrested? Yes, I suppose so. They're saying he's a murderer, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it. It's quite a problem. I know. No, I forgot to mention, he's the Prince of Spain. Once I was the Prince of Spain. The Prince of Spain? And you didn't think that was worth mentioning from the start? I forgot. Sass Mousy, why did you come to us? I would have thought that the Spanish royal family would hire a legal counsel with a little more not terribleness. Expertise. The prince has great faith in your lawyering skills, Monsieur Falcon. He said that your reputation as a lawyer was renowned. Really? The prince said that? This is a great opportunity, Falcon. Surely you wouldn't deny a request from the Prince of Spain? Yeah, of course we'll take the case. I'm not gonna fool around. Of course we'll take the case. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We have royalty to defend. That's the spirit. Good luck to you, messieurs. You aren't coming with us, Mousy? I have other matters to attend to. Prince Juan is being held in the conciergerie. I'm sure he will fill in all the details. Right, let's make a move then. Good day, monsieur. Oh, it's you two again. Hey, nice work on Lady Kitten's trial. Baron Ragoy is pacing around his cell right now, ranting about wringing your neck. Oh, great. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's super mad. But hey, a criminal's a criminal, right? Lion didn't want a death sentence. He probably shouldn't have killed a guy. Oh, you're not here to defend him, are you? Because that would be hilarious. We're actually here to see Prince Juan Querido, heir to the throne of Spain. The mouthy fox, huh? That guy's driving me nuts with his seigneurs and his flamboyant attitude. I say the sooner he hangs, the better. Oh, wow. Well, come on then, while we're young. The Prince of Spain, I presume? Indeed. I'm Juan Querido, heir to the throne of España. You must be the legendary lawyer, Senor J.J. Falcon. Well, I wouldn't say legendary. I wouldn't even say notable. Such humility. I would expect nothing less from renowned individuals such as yourself. Is this Spanish or French? I'm not sure. Let's get down to business. I trust that my compañero Mousy explained the situation. He told us that you have been accused of murder, but we need some further details before we can start our investigation. Of course. What is it you wanted to know? Tell us about the murder. To be honest, Prince Juan, I am a little confused as to how a member of royalty could get in so much trouble. Could you walk us through your activities on the day of the murder? Of course, let me see. Where to begin? It was the cold and misty morning of the 6th of January. I had heard that King Louis Philippe was unveiling a new painting at the Palais du Louvre, and I wished to meet the man himself. So after a brief stroll and picnic in Tuileries garden, I entered the palace. I found the royal entourage in the Louvre's Grand Galerie. When I saw an opportunity, I presented a humble gift to the king. A rose, an international symbol of passion and virtue. How romantic. But before the king could take it, a rather rude person snatched it from my fingers. It's a royal guard, a dog by the name of Major Howell.
Ouch, cried out Major Howell. I have pricked myself upon the thorns of this dastardly flower. Then the Major slumped to the floor, his face turned blue, his mouth frothed, and he died. He died straight away after being pricked. Straight away, senor. It's obvious that the pricked finger was the cause of death, but I don't know of any poison that acts so fast. Nor do I, Senor Falcone. Clearly the police felt that the poison upon the rose's thorns was the only logical explanation. So with many witnesses, even the king himself, what could I say to defend myself? So where did this rose come from? I acquired it from a beautiful Parisian flower seller at Les Halles Market, a girl by the name of Catherine Mary Seymour. I'm not sure how often you ask the name of the Parisian flower seller you got a rose from, but sure. But surely you're not suggesting that the flower girl applied the poison herself, Senor Falcone? I'm not making any accusations yet, and I'm planning to explore every line of inquiry. Poisoned rose has been added to your evidence folder. Do you want to ask? Oh, I assume it's all cleared up. Yep, all I have is the poisoned rose and Facebook. Oh, I still have all the faces. Dodo. Major Howell, a royal guard who was killed in the Louvre's Grand Gallery, allegedly by a rose handed him by Prince Juan. Mercy, a small and soft-spoken assistant. Why are you in Paris? Why did you come to Paris, Prince Juan? I was on a diplomatic mission. I do not know whether you are familiar with current events, but you may have heard that my country is in a state of turmoil. Contenders for the Spanish throne are slandering, plotting, backstabbing. It's chaos and the people are suffering. So I thought if I can befriend some French royalty, perhaps even the king himself, maybe I can strengthen my family's name. With the Cuerdo dynasty restored, I would have a chance at bringing peace to my beautiful nation. Well, I guess that plan's gone out the window. Sparrowson, don't be rude. No, he's right. I failed terribly. Don't fret, Prince Juan. We'll do everything in our power to clear your name. Maybe once the dust have settled, you'll have an opportunity to speak with King Louis Philippe and complete your mission. Thank you, Senor Falcon. I'm sure you'll do your best. Is there anything else you wanted to ask? What were you reading? What were you reading before we so rudely interrupted? This book, it's a Spanish classic. Don Quixote of La Mancha. Do you know it? Readings for squares. I've read it. It's a strange story. I don't know whether I'm supposed to be laughing or crying over the hero's misadventures. Indeed, it's easy to read the book as a comedy, but when I look around, I can't help but see all the people who think themselves as knights. I have no idea what you two are prattling on about. Not a book lover, Senor Sparrowson? This music's really loud. I'm just gonna toot it down a bit. Not a book lover, Senor Sparrowson? I dabble. It's just most of my reading material tends to be on the lighter side, nice and pulpy. I see. Well, how about this, Senor Sparrowson? I will lend you this book. Maybe you'll have a chance to read it, then you'll be able to join in our conversation. Thank you. I will keep it in my bathroom for toilet reading material, of course. Sure. El Ignicioso Hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha has been added to your evidence folder. Please, I hope this comes in importance. Page 44 seems to be missing. Huh. Was there anything else you wanted to know? No, I think that's everything. Thank you. What's the plan, Big Bird? Well, we have 2 lines of inquiry. We should head to the scene of the crime, the Palais du Louvre, and see if we can find any clues or witnesses. We should interview the flower girl in Les Halles Market to see if she has anything to say about this alleged poisoned rose. 2 tasks spread over 6 days. This almost sounds too easy. Let's not get complacent. Good luck, senors. Wait a minute, Falcon. What is it? Something seem off about Prince Juan to you?
I didn't really notice anything off. I mean, the biggest thing is maybe he's not actually a prince, but he's quite a character. Seemed colorful to me, throwing roses, spouting about literature. Juan's one suave Spaniard. Maybe I misread him. Well, look, if this is bothering you, we could always ask around. Maybe someone in the city know Juan's dirty secret, if he actually has anything to hide, that is. Yeah, let's dig up the dirt. Still got a trial to prepare for. Priority, Sparrowson. A new day. Hooray. Always go to the scene of the crime. Falcon and Sparrowson make their way to the Palais du Carrousel, the courtyard just north of the Louvre's Grand Gallery. I'm gonna have some water. That's the Arc de Triomphe over there, right? I swear it's smaller than how I remember it. That's the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel, you doofus. The big Arc de Triomphe is up the road. What? No way. Why are there two? Because when a man like Napoleon invades half of Europe, he gets to build as many triumphal arcs as he damn well pleases. Well, well, well. Cocorico. Well, 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 I never expected to see you here, JJ. That arrogant voice. Sigh. Good day, Severin. Let's be civil, JJ. Why don't you introduce me to your new assistant? Fine, fine. Severin, this is Sparrowson, my assistant. Sparrowson, this is Severin Cocorico, the most pompous prosecutor in Paris. Oh, are you two old school friends or something? More like arch rivals. Please, JJ. I think arch rival implies some sort of competition. As I recall, we've met in court on 5 occasions, and on 5 occasions did you get humiliated terribly. I'm amazed a failing bird brain like you is still able to get clients. Actually, Severin, business is never better. You know that I am currently being employed by the Prince of Spain, no less. Prince of Spain, Juan Carrido. Well, well, this is quite an amusing coincidence. Don't tell me. Correct. I am the prosecutor for the very same case. It is a pity that the Spanish prince will indubitably hang, but I suppose this is what he gets for hiring a bird brain to represent him. Don't call me bird brain. You're the only bird brain here, Severin. Disc. One always speaks badly when one has nothing to say. Voltaire. Uh-oh. He's giving you the verbal smackdown. Quick, Falcon. Make a witty retort. Huh. Oh, yeah? I'm rubber and you're glue. What he's saying proves nothing. What he's saying proves nothing. Voltaire. Ooh. Yeah, very good, JJ. Over the riposte. Enough talk. If you messieurs would excuse me, I have a case to prepare for. JJ, Sparrowson. See you two in court. Oh, I can't stand that guy. He did seem like a bit of a cockerel, but is it true what he said? You know that he trounced you in court 5 times? Can't deny it. Severin has a reputation as a ruthlessly thorough prosecutor. Mounds of evidence, surprise witnesses. It's no wonder he always manages to one-up me. This time will be different, right? I hope so. I know so, for you see, I stole this annotated map of the Louvre out of Cocorico's pocket when he was busily rattling off Voltaire quotes. Sparrowson, that's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, actually. I swear you were standing 3 meters away the whole time. You tall birds are so busy with your heads in the clouds that you don't ever notice us small folk running around your feet. Pinching Cocorico's pocket was like taking candy from a very tall baby. Oh, I love very tall babies. Let's take a closer look. I see. This map shows the entire Louvre
Everything from Tuileries to the Rue du Louvre. Most convenient. Oh, shoot, I missed something. Those pendant arrows seem to be the route taken by the king's entourage. Is there a way for me to go back? Nope. Here through the Salle du Tibre. And then here into the Grand Gallery, where the murder occurred. Didn't Prince Juan say that he spent the morning in the Tuileries Gardens? Yes. That's right. So that means Prince Juan approached the Louvre from the west side, somewhere over here. Sounds like we have a lot of places to visit. Where should we go first? Always go to the scene of the crime. Here we are, the Grand Gallery, the murder room. It's my favorite room. I believe the murder occurred right under the new painting. I see hundreds of paintings. Which one is the new one? I haven't the foggiest. We will have to ask someone. Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Eric Pork. Excuse me, mister. You look like you know your Mona Lisas from your Last Suppers. I don't want any attention. Maybe he isn't talking to me. Nope, he's definitely talking to me. Keep it together, Eric. Oh, hi. Do you happen to know which painting was unveiled on the 7th of January, the one the king came to visit? Oh yeah, I can help you with that. It's the piece right behind you. Ah, I see. It's a painting of the king himself. That's one noble-looking penguin. What do you think of it, Falcon? What do I think? Well, I'm no art critic, but subtle and nuanced. Yeah. Those careful brushstrokes, the pre-Raphaelite soft tones, and the small use of light. This is a contrasted, nuanced work. It is an evocative painting that alludes to a forgotten era. Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Said a lot of words, but I'm not sure if I'm any closer to knowing your opinion. Getting the impression that you messieurs aren't regulars at art galleries. No, we're a right pair of Philistines. Speak for yourself, Falcon. I've never even been to the Middle East. And I'm guessing you're here to investigate the king's assassination attempt. That's right. We were actually hoping we could ask you a couple questions about what you saw. Oh, I wasn't even in Paris when the murder took place. I didn't see anything. But, I have a friend who might be able to help you out. What's this? R&M Associates, the home of Renard Volpes, private investigator. Thank you, but I don't normally deal with these gray area of the law types. No, please, give the guy a chance. He helped me out of a bind before, and I'm sure he can do the same for you. Not making any promises, but I'll keep hold of the card. We appreciate the help in any case. It's no trouble. Private investigator. Thank you for your time, monsieur. Is there anything else we can do here? Well, ideally, we would turn the whole Grand Gallery upside down in our hunt for evidence. That's not possible with so many people around. We should probably just move to another room. Salle du Tibre. So this is the Salle du Tibre. If I understand Cocorico's notes correctly, this is the room the king and his entourage stopped in before heading to the Grand Gallery. This room doesn't seem to be very popular. I don't see anyone around to interview. Right, interview. Since it's too quiet, maybe we should take the opportunity to do a little snooping. What would be the point? Surely all the interesting evidence would be in the Grand Gallery where the murder took place. Think about it, Falcon. The police would have already gone over the Grand Gallery with a fine-toothed comb. But I bet that numbskull Inspector Valerti didn't even think to check this room for clues. There might be a murder weapon just under our beaks. Your logic seems a little questionable, but it wouldn't hurt to have a look, I suppose. Pillar. These columns have been designed to look Roman. I think the style is Ionic. It's not Ionic. Falcon, irony is when a character says something, but the reader knows it means something completely different. That's not... Never mind. Shiny copper urn. I guess it was carrying water, or for cremated remains. Probably not both at the same time. It smells good. Don't sniff the exhibit, Saracen. No, really, this urn smells amazing. It's almost chocolatey. Poor thing, you're hallucinating for hunger. Would you like to stop by a bakery on our way back to the office? Don't patronize me, Falcon. My nose never lies. I'm telling you, there's something in there. I can feel it. Now you're touching the exhibit. That's definitely a no-no. See? Look what I found in the urn. Put that down, Saracen. It's someone's old rubbish. No, look. That's a chocolate wrapper. Judging by the smell, the chocolate was bitter and dark. 70, perhaps 80% cocoa. Belgian in origin. I love Saracen. He's a good boy. Good boy. Lover of wrapper crumbling and the firmness of the chocolate residue indicate this was discarded just a few days ago. Yes, I'm certain. The chocolate contained in this wrapper was totally consumed on the 7th of January, the day of the murder. Mon Dieu, Saracen. You deduced all that from smelling the wrapper? Imagine what I could work out if I tasted it. That won't be necessary. Saracen, if you could apply this level of critical thinking to areas outside of food, you would be the world's greatest detective. If only all evidence were edible. So do you have any idea which shop this chocolate was purchased from? That might help us track down the person who consumed it. No, there's no possible way we can know that. I suppose we will just have to visit every confectioner in town and sample every bit of merchandise for comparison. What a chore. Interesting, because I see Lander Hagel's Slacks, Chocolate Emporium written on the wrapper. Well, you can't blame a bird for trying. Chocolate wrapper has been added to your evidence folder. Select an area to examine. Do. Good thing I checked that urn. Oh! I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of standard podium? Maybe it's just a decorative piece. It's a Roman doorstop. Roman doors were enormous marble slabs, so the doorstops had to be similarly large in order to stay in place. I don't think that's right. My uncle's a Roman historian. Trust me. I see a cabinet full of engraved plates, mostly bronze. How much do you think they're worth? I don't know. 300 francs apiece, at least? What? Are you serious? I'm in the wrong profession. I don't think archaeology works as a get-rich-quick scheme, Saracen. Who said anything about archaeology? I'm going to become a museum robber. Oh well, that's one way to get rich quick. Toot. This is some sort of ceremonial container. It's beautifully crafted, but what does it contain? Maybe it's an arcane wine cabinet. Don't be so ignorant, Falcon. This is a sacred Mesopotamian artifact gifted to Emperor Hadrian for his victory at Euphrates in 123 AD. Stop making stuff up. Stop making stuff up. You and I both know nothing about Mesopotamia. Alright, you got me. This could be a hippo's chamber pot for all I know. Oh, there's a column over here. Supporting column. It's holding the roof up. If the column were truly supportive, it wouldn't hold the roof up. It would encourage the roof to get to its location on time. Sigh. We're done here, for now at least. Can't spend all day staring at Roman artifacts, I suppose. So where to next? Oh. Not yet. Our feather-headed friends wander through the immaculately maintained Tuileries garden. Nothing seems out of the ordinary until they spot a familiar face picking up litter by a tree line. Hey, Falcon, doesn't that groundskeeper over there look familiar? Yeah, now that I'm looking at him, he does look a lot like that photographer. What's his name? Bono Baguettio. Robertito Robinho. Did someone call me? Oh, it's you, the lawyers who don't appreciate a masterful photograph when they see it. It's good to see you gave up on your artsy dreams to pursue the more grounded career of groundskeeping. Hey, I'm not doing this willingly. I was given community service for committing perjury. Can you believe that? They gave me, an esteemed photographer, community service. Me. Yeah, I can believe that. Perjury is somewhat serious. You should be thankful that you got off without jail time. You sound just like that self-righteous Judge Maxime. So did you two want to ask me something, or are you just here to gawp? Personally, I'm just gawping. He's a good gawper. Actually, I do have a couple questions, if you don't mind, Monsieur Robinho. Have you met a Prince Juan? I don't suppose you've bumped into a Spanish fox who goes by the name of Prince Juan, have you? Spanish fox? No, I've not. Oh my goodness. No, I've never met anyone like that. If this is about that assassination attempt on the king, you're asking the wrong person. I only started working here today. I see. Is there anything else you wanted? How's all that groundskeeping going? How's the new groundskeeping job working out? Terrible. Tourists are pigs, sometimes literally. Look at all this rubbish I found. Beer bottles, tin cans, apple cores. Here's what I picked up by the west entrance. A book page. A whole book I could understand, but a single page? What kind of blithering moron loses just one page? In a moment, may I take a closer look at that, monsieur? Don Quixote. That's a page from Don Quixote. May I take it off your hands, monsieur? Sure. What's it worth to you? What's it worth? It's trash. It's literally worthless. I suppose I'll be destroying it as per my duties. Alright. I suppose you deserve a little compensation for your trouble. Will you give me the page and... I don't want to pay him. I'll speak with Judge Maxime. I'll put in your word and might be able to get your sentence reduced. Really? You'll do that for me? Thank you, monsieur. Really appreciate that. Here, take the page. Page 44 of Il Inicio Hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha has been added to your evidence folder. Did you want to ask something else? That's all. Back to your work, Monsieur Rapinio. Just looking around. Oh, nothing in particular. I just wanted some more details on this Renard Volps. Suppose we'll have to leave it for now. Yep, let's go. Yep, let's make a move. Good call. We can come back later if we've forgotten something. A new day. Oh. Let's go here. Mousy. Interesting. This is very interesting. Ooh, customers. Hello? Is this the office of Renard Volps? Ah. It's you two. Mousy, what are you doing here? This is where I work. See? R&M, Renard and Mousy. Monsieur Renard Volps and I carry out all sorts of investigations together. Although, to be completely honest, it's normally Monsieur Volpes who chooses which cases to take on. See, well then, can we speak with Monsieur Volps? I'm afraid that won't be possible. See, Monsieur Volps is on vacation right now. He's visiting his father in England. England! He is set to return in a week or two. Maybe you can come back then? It's no good to us. Our case will be over by then. Nothing to be done about it. I suppose we'll have to come back later. I have the striking suspicion that this Prince of Spain is actually the private investigator. Don't want to go there again. Let's look into the flower girl. Pair arrive at La Halle Market. Vendors and buskers, performers and thieves, bourgeois and peasants all bustle from place to place. Prince Juan said he met a flower girl. Signe, I think he said her name was. There's a swan with flowers over there. Do you think that's her? I think so. It's possible that she knows the murderer, or even that she is the murderer herself. So we should probably act with tact and finesse. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Flower Lady. We would like a word. Tact, Sparrowson. Tact. We've been over this. Good day, messieurs. Are you interested in purchasing a flower? Yes, I wish to purchase a rose from Milady. I'm afraid that I'm out of roses. I sold my last one a week ago. Perhaps you would be satisfied with a chrysanthemum instead. 'Tis a beautiful flower from a fair maiden. Oh, Sparrowson. Please don't mind Sparrowson. He fell out of his nest as a baby, and he's said dumb things ever since. Hey, let me introduce myself. I am J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Are you Mademoiselle Sean? That's right. Catherine Méricine. I suppose you're here to ask about the royal assassination attempt. How did you know? I am no fool, monsieur. I know that a rose I stole was used as the murder weapon. To be honest, I'm surprised it's taken so long for someone to directly question me. The prison police seem to have a habit of missing obvious leads. So do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? Business is slow. Please ask away. Where do you get your flowers from? Where do you acquire your flowers from, if I may ask? Normally I gather them from the wild. Last week I found these chrysanthemums on the city limits. That's the same place I discovered this monk's hood. Since it's still winter, I have to buy a lot of my flowers from merchants who travel to Italy and the Netherlands. That's how I acquired the rose. What can you tell us about this particular merchant? Not a lot, monsieur. He's just an old man who passes through Paris a few times a year, selling his goods and wares. I see. Not a chance of him being a super secret assassin? No, monsieur. Did you want to ask? No. No. There's no chance he's a super secret assassin. Did you want to ask something else? Who bought your last rose? Mademoiselle, you mentioned that you sold your last rose a week ago. Who did you sell it to? The person who bought the rose. I didn't catch his name, but he was a charming red fox. Sounds like our Juan. I met him around a week ago, on the 6th. We talked for a little while about the usual things, you know, like how everyone seems to be in debt these days. Then he bought a rose and left. I hear that the fox is on trial, but to be honest, monsieur, I don't think he's guilty. Oh, why is that? Well, actually, never mind. It's just a gut feeling. Pressure her. So, it just so happens that we're defending this particular fox in the Cour d'Assises. If you have something to say that would prove his innocence, now would be the time to let us know. Sorry, messieurs, I can't. Oh, shit. Wait, Mademoiselle Sean, wait up. Damn. Nice display of tact and finesse. Falcon, you scared her off. The swan obviously knows something crucial about the case. We need to get to the bottom of whatever it is. Agreed, but I don't think she'll be in the mood to tell us anything else. Now, why don't we try acting with a little more tact and finesse next time? Hush. Oh, that was a whole day. Shit. Chocolate Emporium. Willkommen to Lander Hagelslag's Chocolate Emporium, the finest Belgian chocolate shop in all of Paris. Can I have this elephant friend? Elephant friend. I'm Lander Hagelslag, the founder and owner of this establishment. And I am J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Good day, monsieur. Oh, lawyers, very fancy. I must say that I once dreamed of being a lawyer, but well, circumstances wouldn't allow it. It's a funny story. You see, when I was a young boy, I befriended the son of a Hungarian attorney. Falcon, you have to help me. What is it? It's the smell, Falcon. It's overpowering me. It's demanding that I lay waste to the shop. Pretty sake for strain yourself, Sparrowson. Oh, but I'm rambling, aren't I? So are you messieurs here to buy some chocolate? Yes. No. We're actually here on business, monsieur. Business? First things first, we believe that this chocolate wrapper originated from your shop. Are we correct? Oh, yes. That is indeed the trademarked Hagelslag wrapper for genuine Belgian Hagelslag chocolate. This was almost certainly bought from this very establishment. Good. With that established, there's something else we wish to ask Mr. Hagelslag. Who bought this piece of chocolate? Can you tell us who bought the chocolate that was contained in this wrapper, Monsieur Hagelslag? Afraid not, messieurs. Not just because of matters of confidentiality, although that is a factor you understand, but because I couldn't possibly know that. That elephants never forget. My memory is impeccable, monsieur, but you must understand that I have dozens of customers a day. There are hundreds of people who could have potentially bought this particular item. Your memory's good, but you need further information. Oh, I should have come here later. Well, yes, I can probably do. Let me think. Let's go to the murder victim. Yes, sir, I've served many soldiers, but I don't recall seeing a major here in recent memory. What does that mean, Falcon? Have we lost our lead? Not necessarily. It just means that Major Hall didn't buy the chocolate that may have killed him. There's still the possibility that someone bought the chocolate for him. That's our lead. That's who we want to find. I did once serve a high-ranking officer of the British Army who was on his way to Zimbabwe, if you want to hear that story. No, I don't want to hear that story. Let me think. Who to ask about? Have you ever served Juan Querido, the Prince of Spain? A Prince of Spain? No, monsieur. It's good to hear. Our clue would have turned into a dead end if our own client turned out to be the chocolate fiend. I did once serve a princess from Mali, if that's any help. You see, I met the girl while hiking through the Himalayas. Please stop. Let me think. Who to ask about? A porcupine art aficionado named Eric Pork. No, monsieur. Yeah. We shall return when our investigation has progressed a little. Anytime, messieurs. Darn it. Waste of time. Let's go to the canard. Show ya. Really, Falcon? I thought you were done with your mopey journey. I'm not here to drink Sparrowson, or mope for that matter. Caverns are a fantastic hub of information. If we wish to learn more about this Prince Bond, then this would be the ideal place to start asking questions. Oh, that's pretty good thinking. Oh, you two are back. Are you feeling any better, Falcon? Much better. Thank you for asking. Madame Cornell. It's great to hear, hon. Will it be the usual? No. I'm back to investigative work today, so I've got to keep sharp. Wanted to know if you've seen a Prince of Spain around here recently. Prince of Spain? I don't know if you've noticed, hun, but this isn't exactly the classiest pub in Paris. Lucky to have served the occasional bourgeois. You can forget about seeing a member of royalty. That's a pity. Maybe I should ask some of your patrons. Feel free. The old regulars Rufus and Pale are playing cards in the attic, same as usual. But we get all sorts of colorful characters in the drinking room. But if you rattle enough cages, you would find someone who knows whatever it is you want to know. Thank you, madame. Let's see where to start. Let's go with the regulars. Come on, pal. Just one more game of Jack Noir. Absolutely not. My wallet is hurting enough as it is. Pause, I'll even let you deal this time. The answer is no, Rufus. I'm skint. If you want to play cards, you will have to ask someone else. Fine, I'll ask that big fellow. Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, you, monsieur. Would you care to play some Jack Noir? Absolutely. Deal me in, monsieur. Very well then. Do you know how to play? Oops. Oh, I think I got... Sorry, give me one sec. Very well then. Do you know how to play? Of course. Of course. I've been playing for years. Yeah, right. Don't get cocky, Falcon. Very good. I shall be the dealer. But 5 francs per dame. Here we go. Go for 21. It is my turn. I'm gonna hit with 2. I'm gonna hit with 3. Oh, 14 isn't bad. I'm gonna hit. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Perfect. I win. Well played, monsieur. Here's your payout. Shall we have another round? I have 64 francs. Win while you're ahead. No, I think we're done. Maybe another day, monsieur. I understand. Feel free to come back anytime. I'm afraid I don't have time for that, monsieur. I have some investigative work to take care of. Come on, surely you have time for one quick game. No, thank you. Maybe later. I understand. Okay. I thought I could get information from them, but I guess not. Drinking room.
So there I was, in the grasslands, 10 kilometers downriver, rifle in hand. I'd been pursuing this set of footprints for an hour. I was getting closer and closer. I could almost smell the beast. Then I spotted it. It was a boar. A big, stupid boar, completely oblivious to my existence. I hurried my gun. I carefully took aim. Then, bam! You shot it?
No. It was the most peculiar thing. The boar slumped over dead right before I could take the shot. It sounds like one of them heart attacks. I mean, Anne went the same way. That's what I thought. When I went to closer look, I noticed the boar was frothing at the mouth. Whoa, it was rabid? Possible, but I don't think so. I remember reading something about frothing around the mouth being a symptom of poisoning. Needless to say, I left the dead animal alone. Good call. Who wants to deal with tainted meat? Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, can I help you? You say that the beast you were tracking might have died from poisoning. Could you give us further details? Further details? I'm not much of a poison expert, I'm afraid. What do you think caused it? Guessed it ate something bad. I saw some of that poisonous plant around. Wolf's bane, I think they call it. Really, I have no idea. I'm a hunter, not a vet. Excuse me. Excuse me, monsieur. What is it? I suppose you've seen a Juan Corrido around here. He's Spanish royalty. Foxy fellow, swanky hat, calls everyone senor. Doesn't sound familiar. Do you recall seeing anyone like that, Piero? Ain't got a clue. Sorry, messieurs, you're barking up the wrong tree. Well, what can you tell us about the Spanish royal family? Do we look like walking encyclopedias or something? I'm afraid my compadre has a point. If you want to talk about hunting, then I'm your man. But Spanish royalty sounds like a question to be answered at a library, monsieur, not a tavern. A library, maybe right. Sorry for bothering you, monsieur. Well, I guess... Not today. You know what? I don't know what I need money for. I have 64 francs. Well, if I get 5 more, it'll be 69. So I guess that's worth it. Go for 21. For 21. Oh, I lose. Darn it. Okay. I want to get 69. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Gotta get my money back. This is the real game here, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna stand at 17. Yes! Got my money back. One more time. One more time. I'm gonna get addicted to just playing blackjack. That's good. That's 19. Yes, I win. Okay. One more. One more. Oh, I lose. Oh, 22. Oh, no. Darn it. Last time, I swear. Last time that I'm quitting. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good. You're not going to beat 20. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Okay, that's enough. Nope, I'm done. Nope. Oh god. I'm spending all my money gambling. I don't even know what money is for. Oh, jeez. Where do I go now? Les Loups. A storm is brewing, my brother. Word of the royal assassination tempest spread. The proletariats grow confident. The bourgeoisie are cowering. It won't be long before we have rioting. Oh. And then a revolution. Okay. Let's go to the library. Well, light reading, are we? Not quite, Sparrowson. I'm following the hunting beagle's advice. Don't eat poisoned pork. Better piece of advice. If we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library. Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcon, I've been meaning to ask, since we're in the library and all, are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works? Readings for squares. Yes, it is rigged. It must have been rigged. Well, I only lost 5 francs, so that's probably the best. I should have quit while I was ahead. I like the classics. You know, Alain René, Le Sage, Crébillon Fields, that sort of thing. Don't try to smart. I saw you reading that book of naughty limericks the other day. You didn't think I would notice because you put a dull-looking slipcover over it, but I knew, Falcon. I knew. When you, messieurs, mind lowering your voices, I can hear your squawking from the other side of the building. Oh, my apologies, monsieur. We'll keep it down. Wait, you're a librarian, aren't you? Astute observation, yes, monsieur. As the only white person in the library, I am most assuredly the librarian. Now that we have your attention, my friend wants to ask you something. I do. All right, I do. Can you tell us about the Spanish monarchy? You seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. Sure you're up to date on geopolitical news and the like? In your praise, spit out whatever imbecilic question is in the back of your throat. Oh well, we understand that the Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are? Not a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe. Yes. Yep. Yeah, but for the sake of those children who slept through the class, can you refresh our memories? Very well. Pay attention, because I'm not repeating myself. Current reigning monarch of Spain, is Queen Regent Isabella II of the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. On her death, the crown would likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz, though it is certainly possible that an immediately family member could stake a claim. However, the Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlos, headed by the Count of Montemalon. Molin? Hope that answers your question. Did you catch all that, Sparrowson? Not a word. Monsieur, we're actually interested in a Prince Juan Querido of Spain. Think I heard that name in your explanation. A prince. Juan Querido, is that what you said? Monsieur, I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain. I'm not even sure Querido is the real name. It is certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy. How strange. What does that mean, Falcon? Well, one thing is for sure, our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic, or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We won't have long before the trial, but it may be in our interest to confront Prince Juan directly and get some answers. Right. Are you two quite done chit-chatting? What can you tell us about Don Quixote? For this book from a friend, what can you tell us about it? Don Quixote of La Mancha? It's a classic. Everyone has read it. Yeah, everybody. For those who haven't, I'm not going to sit here and summarize a great work of literature for two imbeciles who are too lazy to read. Nor would I expect you to, monsieur. But what can you tell us about the physical book itself? This particular book didn't come from any library, if that's what you're asking. See, there's no library stamp or card. Assume it was acquired from a bookshop. A French bookshop, if the French translation and publishing information wasn't a giveaway. See, thank you. Do you have any other questions, or can I get back to work? That's all. Don't worry, monsieur. I think we're done here. Thank you for your time. I bid you good day. Oh, shoot. And I'm worried about those wolves. Okay. I think I'll go to the house. You again? Visiting hours are over. Come back later. Stand aside. You can't talk to me like that. I most certainly can. We have reason to believe that you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. That is in direct violation of statutes 204B and 488C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result in you, yes you, monsieur, being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action. Right, alright. No need to break out the legalese on me. I'll go open the cell. Wow, Falcon. How did you memorize those criminal codes? Memorize? Come on, Sparrowson. Learn how to bluff. Ah, Senor Falcon, it is so good to see you again. You have some good news about my case, I hope. Confront politely. Listen, Juan, in order to maximize our chances of successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. Can't work with half-truths. If you tell me one thing and the prosecution's evidence tells me another, then we're both in trouble. Afraid I don't quite follow, Senor. Do you want me to spell it out? I know that you are not the Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Juan Querido. Where is this coming from? I assure you, Senor, that I am who I claim to be. If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come on, Sparrowson, we're leaving. Wait. Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all. Did you just say, Monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent? Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Querido is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. That was just a persona I concocted for the purpose of getting arrested. What is your real name? So what is your real name? What's in a name? It's just an empty label, a vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I am Juan Querido, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Ryer, a pauper living under a bridge of the Seine. That doesn't change who I am or what I do. That didn't really answer my question. I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect you already know my real name. You are Renard Volps, private investigator, very astute, and you are Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney. That wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Just like me, you know how to adopt a new persona on a whim. You changed your name, Falcon? I didn't know that. This isn't about me. Juan, Renard, Monsieur, we're trying to uncover the truth here. Of course. So what truth is it that you are attempting to uncover, Monsieur Falcon? Why would you want to get arrested? Why would you want to get arrested? You're putting me in a difficult position, monsieur. To tell you the full story, I would be putting someone else in danger. About this, I'll tell you a story. I like stories. There's a girl, a mademoiselle, who's in a great deal of debt. Everyone has a debt these days, monsieur. Indeed, but this particular mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man. That man wished to collect. Mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I will forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. No alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. Knight knew that murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in that mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I am saying, monsieur? I understand. Pretty sure it was somebody blackmailed, where is she? Catherine Maricine into the murder. Nathan, an arrogant ass who works at the local library. It's okay. I can call him an ass when I'm being literal. Yeah. I understand, monsieur. To be honest, it was the subtlest of allegories. Storytelling was never my strong suit. But I'm glad you're seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds some light on the situation. If I ask, monsieur, why did you not go to the police with the information that you had? Police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem? I'll let you know when I figure it out, monsieur. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime. That's all. I don't have any more questions for you, Juan. I think I've learned all we can for now. Really? I don't feel that we've learned very much. Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget. Could you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter? Whether the birds have flown south? What is that? Some sort of code? Something like that. But rest assured, monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case. If you have time, I'm sure to let Mousy know. Let's make a move, Sparrowson. Trial day is approaching. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Oh, no, I didn't have time. Oh, no, this is bad, guys. Oh, no. Oh, well, I don't have all the facts. We'll have to see. Once again, Falcon and Sparrowson find themselves waiting outside the doors of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you feeling nervous, Falcon? Yes. Of course I'm nervous. What have we learned about Franzon? What do we know about the real murderer? Nothing. Here, Falcon, we can do this. Just everything is in order? Absolutely. I have every intention to bring the truth to light in this trial. Not such confidence. That's magnificent to see. Bring the truth to light, you say. An honorable goal. No more jousting at imaginary giants. All of you, cease your yammering. The door is opening. Here we go. Buenos suerte, Senor Falcon. We will. Are we ready? We're ready. Shit. JJ. Severin. Nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. The whole courtroom is nervous. Whoa, cool your feathers, Falcon. Terrible. Can't even maintain a stoic facade. Thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. This is how you act before the trial's even started. Why, you pompous-tailed posture perfect. Oh, no. Judge Romulus. Order, order. Let's all settle down. Court is now in session. Falcon. What is it? Zamir, does the primary judge look hairier today? That's a different judge, the one who resided over Dame Catterlin's trial, you doofus. Oh, still it's a little strange, isn't it? Not really. Not really. There are a dozen judges in Paris alone. It only makes sense that we see different ones in different cases. Excuse me, Your Honor. Judge Cornell. So the impression that Judge Maxime would be residing over this case. Where is he? Just Maxime has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. Rest assured, SSR's Prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury, they are more than qualified to fill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get this show underway. This is a trial of Prince Juan Corredo, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell, conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call. Defense is present and ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Good, very good. Expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy. Well said, Your Honor. Expect that once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes. 5 minutes? He's just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together. So we're all on the same page. Excellent. Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand. Very well, I call the police officer who investigated the crime scene. Call upon Inspector Just Volerty. Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath. Swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Inspector Just Volerty. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats. That will do, Inspector. I've all heard your monologue before. Wow, Cocorico is really going for a speed record, isn't he? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? Of course. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the Louvre's Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Did he just say o'clock? There I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, and the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in his hand, and around 24 citizens. Citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand, then promptly dropping dead. And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse? The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Aside from a prick upon the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poisoned rose must have been the cause of death. Putting the pieces together, that does seem very implicative of the prince. I have no further questions. Damn, I was hoping that the coroner's report would determine that the guy died from a freak heart attack or something. That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's ceremony. Right, I'll tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness. Falcon, was it? Don't waste the court's time. Hiring a police officer would never lie on the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying, I just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. This sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it for now. Go on, Falcon. Do your cross-examination. Okay. Oh. Who was he? It's curious, we spent our whole investigation focusing on the murder. We still don't know much about the victim himself. Exactly who was Major Howell? He was a royal guard, well-respected dog who was getting on in the years. I was not friends with the man, but I met him on several occasions in the past at banquets and royal meetings of the sort. Major Howell was a stern, no-nonsense fellow, but he was a good man. His wife and children no doubt miss him. Oh no. No doubt. Thank you for your insight, Inspector. Yes. We have been treating this case as if the intended murder target was King Louis Philippe. There's another possibility. What if the killer is trying to murder Major Howell from the very beginning? JJ, stop talking. You said something very sweet. I can explain why and humiliate you in front of the whole court. Alternatively, you protect your question right now and to save your humiliation for another day. Oh, jeez. Alright, I retract my question. A wise choice. No. Inspector, you say that the coroner determined certainly that Major Howell was killed by poison. Correct. You say the signs and symptoms from textbook. There's no possibility that his death was natural. What kind of poison was it? Did the coroner mention specifically what kind of poison it was? He was not certain. First, the coroner positioned it was a plant-borne poison like that of the aconite flower. When he learned how fast the poison had taken effect, he noted that this was atypical of aconite. Consequently, he suggested it may have been some newly engineered concoction. A newly engineered poison, you say? Well, that only reaffirms that this was a very deliberate assassination attempt. Indeed. Yes. How was Major Hal poisoned? His finger was pricked by the poisoned rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attest to seeing and hearing this. Is there any possibility he was poisoned by something else? What an absurd thing to say, asked JJ. You just heard that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? That's exactly what I'm saying. JJ, as tempted as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basics of cause and effect, I'll end this discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense that you found traces of the poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt that the rose was in fact the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. ... I tried to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for... Oh my god, we didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious that the rose caused the poisoning given the timing of the incident. Well, then, now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvelous thought. We pricked the finger of the defendant with the rose. If there's no poison on the rose, then Prince Juan lives and he is free to go. The rose is poisoned and the prince dies. That's okay, because the punishment would be just and fitting of the crime. Marvelous suggestion. What is this, a witch trial? This is in America, Severin. It's not how we do things here. Wow. Take that, America. Calm your feathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. Far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. Actually, won't be able to test the rose for poison at all. Why's that? Oh no. Given the dangerous nature of the flower was destroyed by the police force, we burned it to ashes. Tests. Such unprofessionalism. If we have no way of knowing whether the rose was poisoned, then this whole trial ought to be called into question. Nice try, JJ. But through the process of reasoning by elimination, we can still deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning. Wrong. There was something else at the crime scene that could have contained the poison. Something that investigated police blindly overlooked. I'm gonna go with... Look at this. What am I supposed to be looking at? It is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It's found in Louvre, the Salle du Tigre to be precise. You can date its consumption to the date of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Hal ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am. The police force does not have the time or resources to trawl every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it, Tisk. Astounding unprofessionalism. The prosecutor is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display, Inspector. I offer my apologies, Your Honor. I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself. As you wish, I'll take my leave. Until next time, messieurs. Poor Flaherty. Let me get this straight. This chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene? Correct. You have reason to believe it was consumed on the day of the incident? I do. I have an expert food tasting witness who is willing to testify if need be. You have a foodie witness? I don't recall anyone like that. Who on earth are you talking about, Falcon? Oh, I see. But do you know for certain that Major Hal consumed this chocolate? Well, as a fact, we are still investigating. I see. Do you have evidence that this chocolate was in fact poisoned? Again, that is something that will require a little more time to definitely prove. So in actuality, you do not have evidence that Major Hal consumed some poisoned chocolate. Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you plucked straight out of the gutter. It's weak even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have another witness I would like to summon. He's a man who claims to have an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingley. Could the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath? Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Alright, the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please state your full name and occupation for the court record. My name is Toussaint Kingley, and I am a person who fishes. Person who fishes? So you are a fisherman? Oh, is that how it is? I thought the French justice system was better than this. I beg your pardon? Here comes Toussaint Kingley, the kingfisher. Clearly he must be a fisher. Man, because didn't you hear? All kingfishers are fishermen. Whoa. Well, you're carrying a fishing rod. And can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel, and bait without being branded a fisherman? Look, the prosecution is carrying a riding crop. Clearly he must be a horse jockey. Or for pity's sake, fine. You can list your occupation as person who fishes and not fisherman. Thank you. Actually, why do you carry a riding crop, Severin? I've never seen you ride a horse. I don't know, JJ. Why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane? This is veering quite far off the course. Could the prosecution please go back to his questions? Of course, Your Honor. Monsieur Kingley, is it true that you were nearby the Louvre at the time of the incident? Yes, I was sitting upon a railing of the Pont des Arts. The Pont des Arts, that's the new bridge that's just a stone's throw from the Louvre's south entrance, correct? That's right. Whatever were you doing at the time of the incident? I was fishing. Kingfishers, am I right, Falcon? So if you have plenty of opportunity to see the people who entered and exited the palace, can you tell us who you saw? It was a big place. Naturally, I saw a lot of people. But at 9 a.m., I saw the king, Louis himself, enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Around 9:30, I saw a shifty-looking fox lurking around the entrance. Your Honor, I object to the witness's use of the term shifty-looking. It's a vague and biased description. No, really, he looks super shifty. I saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. I saw him take out a rose and carefully rub the stem. Rub the stem of a rose, as if he was applying something to the flower, perhaps. Sure, I really shouldn't speculate. Of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question. Yeah, it definitely looked like he was putting some sort of powder on the stem. Wow, even I wasn't expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, it sounds like what we have here is a direct witnessing of the defendant readying the murder weapon. Defense claims that the rose was never poisoned, and yet here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes. I smell perjury. You do? No question. You saw a shifty-looking criminal readying poison and cackling near the scene of the crime? That's not believable at all. I think you might be right. Oh, I have the paper. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Really, this nonsense again? You just heard the witness directly describe your kind readying poison on a rose. What is here to question? Just trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor. Fine. Do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Go make a fool of yourself. Mr. Kingley, you say you shot a shifty-looking fox. Yep, super mega shifty. Sure that fox was Prince Juan. There must be at least 100 foxes in Paris. How do you know that the fox you saw was Prince Juan? Well, he was wearing a suave hat that hanging over his eyes. I hear that's how they wear him in Spain. Not much of a fashion expert, but the rest of his outfit looked quite at a place for the French winter. Is that all you're going by? His fashion sense? Oh, I nearly forgot. I heard him call a passerby senor. I thought that was peculiar. Oh, that's him all right. Yes. All foxes are shifty looking? No. Never mind. Okay. Mr. Kingley, you say you were sitting upon the railings of the Pont des Arts on the morning of the incident. Yep. What entrances can you see over the bridge? Yep, the Pont des Arts is a great vantage point for seeing the Grand Gallery's south side. What about the other entrances? The other entrances? You mean like if you're entering from Tuileries Garden or the Palais du Carrousel? No, I couldn't possibly see those areas from the bridge. But of course, this isn't relevant. Monsieur Kingley witnessed Prince Juan entering the south entrance with flower in hand, and that's what counts. What if Prince Juan used another entrance? What if Prince Juan didn't enter from the south entrance? What if he approached from the Louvre, from the Tuileries Garden to the west? It's a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from Tuileries Gardens? As a matter of fact, yes I do. Definitive proof that Prince Juan approached from the west, not the south. Hey, I know what I saw, monsieur. I'm doubtful too. Go on, JJ, show us this definitive proof that Prince Juan entered from the Louvre from the Tuileries Gardens.
Look at this. A book page. Page 44 of Don Quixote. Specifically, it was found out just aside the Louvre's west entrance. This proves nothing. I'm not done yet. Take a look at this. Don Quixote. This is the book Prince John has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he had it on his person for some time. Yes, page 44 is missing. That was the first thing I checked. You realize what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present in Tuileries garden prior to entering the Louvre. So it means that in all likelihood, the defendant entered the Louvre from the west entrance, not the south. Could not have possibly been seen by Monsieur Kingley from the Pont des Arts. What? I know what I saw, monsieur. Fine theory, Falcon, but maybe the defendant took the long way around. One can still travel from Tuileries to the Louvre's south entrance by walking along the river. An extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy the pre-murder scenery? Let's not say silly things. Cocorico. Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left the page there to mislead the investigation. Now that you're the one who's blindly speculating. It's not blind speculation, it's a viable hypothesis. You're fond of logic, aren't you, Cocorico? Let's talk about Occam's razor. When torn between two seemingly equal hypotheses, we must side with the one that poses the fewest assumptions. Which of these theories takes fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Don Juan's book fell out on his way to the Louvre's south entrance. 2. Prince Juan deliberately planted the page on the off chance that it would be discovered, then he took the long way around. What are you? Nerve of you to lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts. I'll stop lecturing you when you stop making such basic mistakes. Sir Falcon, please calm yourself. What is the point of all this yammering? The ultimate point is that 2 cents testimony is fabricated, made up, utter fiction. No, everything I said is the truth. I suspect that the witness isn't even a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman. See, he admits it himself. That's not what I meant. What a twist. You gained a little favor with the jury. Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you? I must concede. You concede? At this point, at least. Falcon's evidence strongly suggests that the key component of Mr. Kingley's testimony is false. Ah, no. This doesn't mean that Prince John is innocent, of course. All Falcon has done demonstrates that this particular witness is unreliable. But I did see something, I really did. So I didn't see a shifty-looking fox. I made that part of the story up. But I did see a swan lurking around the south entrance on the morning of the murder. A swan? Do shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say? Your Honor, Judge Ronius, we're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue to start on the hare versus tortoise trial. It's that late already? Curses. I was hoping we could get the case wrapped up in a single trial session. It's a shame, but ultimately an accurate sentencing is always preferable to speedy sentencing. Yes, all right. I don't need to hear you moralizing. Court will resume on... Oh, I got more time. Oh, thank God. Okay. Fabulous. Okay. Oh, good. Oh. Prosecutor, do your game job. Get this stupid fox a conviction already. I'll do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honor. Well, that came up in the trial, huh? Yeah, no doubt about that. Something's bothering me. Why would that fisherman guy, Monsieur Kingley, lie on the witness stand? Maybe he was coerced. Well, it's possible that he was coerced or bribed. That's just what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman into making up a story about Prince Juan. Let's keep an open mind. Anything is possible at this stage. Prince Juan, something else is bothering me about the trial. Judge Romulus, he's acting without a shred of professionalism. He's obviously more interested in securing a guilty verdict than he is in discovering the truth. But why? Maybe he has a vendetta against Spanish royalty. I'm not so sure. There must be something else at work here. Excuse me. Excuse me, Mr. Falcon. Oh, rabbit friend. Sorry to bother you, but this letter just arrived. I think it's for you. A letter for me? I wonder why it wasn't sent to my office. Have you been demoted to courier status, Rupert? Oh, hush, hush, Sparrowson. I don't need to be pitied by a first-year dropout. Oh, good comeback. So what does the letter say, Falcon? It's a threat. A threat made with cut-out newspaper letters. Ooh, classic. Whoa, I didn't know those things actually existed. Let me see. Falcon, stop your investigation or there will be consequences. It's scary.
There's no question that this letter originated from Major Howell's murderer. He or she must be aware that we are getting close to uncovering the truth. Sounds about right. But why would a person write with cut-out newspaper letters like this? Asking one's handwriting would be the most common reasoning. Though I can't help but wonder why they would bother, since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to. We're still going ahead with our investigation, though, right? Nope. Quitting here. Absolutely. Oh yes, absolutely. The lawyer were deterred every time they received a threatening letter. They would never get any work done. Besides, with only 3 days before the next trial session, we can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow, you're right. Let's make those days count. Okay. Well, we're on the case. I think I'm going to stop for now, and we will continue next Wednesday. I hope you all enjoyed this game. I'm greatly enjoying it. It's very interesting and plays with a lot of stuff that Phoenix Wright doesn't really play with. Well, it played with it once, but I like the idea that you're actually defending a guilty person, and like in this case, it's very suspicious what the prince is up to. I'll have to remember to do a recap next time. But with that, I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for coming out. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to advertise any upcoming stuff, but I'm sure we will post things. Everyone have a good day, and farewell. Oh, you can load a previous day. That's good to know. Farewell.